Hi, Michelle. It's a bit smoky in here. Can't wait. So we're just getting into some grounding. Either just let the drum bring you to that grounded place. You can imagine red swirling energy, base of the spine. Or you can come into Sufi grind. Or you can imagine roots down from the base of the spine, down to the earth. So just grounding. So if you have a drum, use the drum. Wendy, can I just get you to mute your mic for me, my dear? Okay. So we're going to cast our circle. So we're going to walk the circle. Take the words. So we're going to be standing for a little while we do this. So today we're going to go Dio-seal again, clockwise. That's what you're doing with that sword, Ange. So we're going to start in the north. So we're starting everything from the north today. Same words as we used yesterday. I conjure this circle I conjure. Power, peace, whoop. Protection, come in, I didn't see that. Divine from the womb of our spiritual birth, through air, through fire, through water. Bomb. I conjure this circle by hook or by crook. This circle I conjure. Power, peace, protection come in to bind to the womb of our spiritual birth, through air, through fire, through water, through earth. And I'm going to go one more time. I conjure this circle I conjure. Power, peace, protection come in to bind to the womb of our spiritual birth, through air, through fire, through water, through earth. So coming to the north, and we're going to do the invoking ritual of the pentagram. So it starts at the top and goes down bottom left, and then from there. So draw. Your pentagram. Elemental earth. Coming round to the east. Drawing it again. Elemental air. Down to the south. Elemental fire. Round to the west. Elemental water. Round to the north. And then we're going to stand with our arms outstretched. Before me, Rhiannon Arawn. Behind me, Breed Lou. To my right, Arianrod Thoth. To my left, Danu Mananon. About me flames the pentagram. So visualizing those 4 pentagrams that you've drawn, blue flame. Above me, the Father. So visualizing blue flaming hexagram. Below me, the Mother. Same again. Within me, the eternal flame. So we're going to call the elementals now. So again, we're going from the north. So you can follow my lead or you can use your own words. It's entirely up to you. I call upon the elemental to the north. The fire that lives in earth. The magma that builds the stone. The stone walls of protection. Join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Round to the east. I call upon the elemental to the east. The fire that lives in air. the star fire that shines beyond the atmosphere that shelters us. Join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Round to the south. I call upon the elemental to the south, the fire that lives in fire, the quick tongue of our bell fire that cleanses with its blazing light. Join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Now to the west. I call upon the elemental to the west, the fire that lives in water, the eternal bubbling of the hot springs, the hot springs which boil away all contamination. Join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. I'm just going to put the sword down. And we're going to come back to the south. So we're going to call Brid and Lou. So I'm just going to add a little bit of incense there while we call them. Just going to quickly move the sticks out of the bowl. Stick issue. Bear with me, guys. Broke your sticks. So you're facing south. Smurf, get back on there. Go on. Good boy. So we're facing south. Brid. To you we call. You are she, the natural mother of all things. Mistress and governess of all the elements. The initial progeny of worlds. Chief of the powers divine. Queen of all residing in the other world. The principle of those who dwell above. Manifested alone and under one form of all the gods, goddesses, and gods. Brid, we call on you to oversee our Bealtaine Ritual. You are the fire in the heads of the bards. You are the heat of the forge for the smiths. You are the cleansing flame of the healers. Join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Lou, to you we call. You are Lou. Samildanash. You are Lu. Bealtaine. You are Lu. Master of the battle. You are Lu. Master of healing. You are Lu. Master of knowledge. You are Lu. Master of sailing. You are Lu. Master of sorcery. You are Lu. Master of smithing. Lu, we call on you to oversee our Bealtaine Ritual. You are the Shining One, the All-Father, the Master of all skills. Join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Coming round to the north. Oh no, sorry. Staying in the south. Oh my goodness. God and Goddess of the sun, light the earth and warm the night. Warm our spirits, hearts and hands. Shed your light upon this land. Bealtaine is here. Lord and Lady, growing sun, bless us in our work and fun. Bless this land and animals too. This season's growth and morning dew. Bless all who live on this land. This we ask of you. Bealtaine is here. May you accept our words in reverence. Now we're going north. Rhiannon, Lady of the Otherworld, Divine Queen, Lady of Manifestation and of Mystery, bathed in golden light, you ride forth from the Otherworld, strong in seat, rooted in love, untamable as the wind, upon which your birds fly high. Rhiannon, accept these offerings. So in here you can insert what you're offering. So we're offering herbs, crystals, and incense, and words from the Smurf. Accept our gifts to you as we journey through the veil to the other world. Rhiannon, teach us to move with grace through the trials set before us on our path, to bear our burdens with strength, empowered, activating our living God within. Rhiannon, join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Arawn, leader of the wild hunt. Gwyn ap Nid, Lord of the underworld. King of the Fae. You who are found in the wild places, in the woods and on the moors. You are found in the liminal. You are found in the mists, in the forests and the mountains, and in the fog which brings your hounds. You, Gwyn, guardian of Anwithin, transmuter of death, you guide us back to your cauldron, ever eternal, ever abundant, never ending. Accept our gifts of incense and herbs and symbols and nature's gifts. Fairy Lord, join us. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. So I'm going to light this little big candle in the cauldron. Smurf, you might need to move, buddy. Good boy. So this is the north fire. He's a good boy. So we're coming to seated. I'm just going to light these two candles. She says. we got a south fire and a north fire. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to do a little homage to goddesses and gods. I'm going to keep putting the incense on because it smells fucking amazing. So we're going to come into what's called Arawn's position. So your elbows are same height as your shoulders and your palms are outstretched, okay, with your forearms at right angles to the floor. That's right. They are at right angles, Angie, I promise. Okay, so you can close your eyes here, or if you want to gaze at a candle that you've got lit, that's fine. So when I say I am, you fill in your name, okay? So don't say I am Angie, but you might be. Just whack your name in there, yeah? Whack it in there. Okay. So just take a couple of breaths. So can you feel that energy in the palms of your hands already? Wow. That's cool. Okay. I am Angie. You could have put your witch name in there if you wanted to. I come before you, gods and goddesses of the sun, gods and goddesses of the earth. I honor you. Your blood runs through my veins. I am here, standing on the edge of the universe. On this night, and I make offerings in your names. Red, Lu, Rhiannon, Arawn, as my thanks for all you have and will again bestow upon me. Breathe. I come before you as Angie. I am here. Breed. Lu. Rhiannon. Arawn. Mothers and fathers of all ancient people, guardians of those who walked here eons ago. We make offerings in reverence for the strength, wisdom, inspiration, abundance, and love you bestow. Release the arms. We're just going to sit with the eyes closed for a few breaths. So open the eyes, and we're going to send out a blessing for the animals as well. We light the incense of Bealtaine. Prayers in smoke to the sky. The heat purifies and protects as we mark the turning of the wheel. Keep our pets safe and strong. Keep our land safe and strong. Keep those who protect them safe and strong. May the Bealtaine fire bestow health, health, and blessings upon us, upon our animals, and upon those we love. It is so. Ad Astra. So just feeling that energy. That is quite amazing. Okay. So we're going to come into guided meditation. So get yourself comfortable. So that might be lying down. If you are lying down, just make sure that your heart is above your knees, because otherwise you might fall asleep. Okay, or you can sit cross-legged or grab a chair, whatever is comfortable for you. So we're going to do the guided meditation, then some grounding, and then I've got a few words, and then we thank you, devote, and close. Okay. So if you're comfortable, okay, so we're going to begin by taking 3 deep breaths into the belly. And you can let each exhale go with a sigh. And again, breathe in. And let go with a sigh. One more time, breathe in. And go with a sigh. And so before we go on our journey, we're just going to ground. So imagine that column of energy going down through the hips, down through the base of the spine, down into the earth. And this column is a wide column. It's as wide as your hips. It's not string thin. It's a wide column going all the way down to the earth. Picking up that grounding energy and bringing it all the way back up the front of the body. When it goes through your heart center, just let that boom out. Yeah, that ripples out. And then it carries on up the front of the body, out through the crown of your head. It goes up, touches the edge of the universe, and comes back down the back of the body, down, back down into the ground. So you might feel a surge of energy. You might feel buzzy. You might just feel really calm. And like your bum is really heavy. Okay. Just check, see if there are any areas of tension in the body. If there are, you can give that muscle a squeeze and then just let it go. And that goes for your eyes. You can squeeze your eyes shut. If your jaw feels a bit tight, make some funny faces, like that. And then just let it go. Where is your tongue in your mouth? Is it stuck to the roof of your mouth, or is it relaxed behind your bottom teeth? Okay. Take a breath in. Breathing in all that amazing Bealtaine energy, that potent mix of earth and fire. And then you can exhale anything that you no longer want, need, or desire. Okay. So we're going to go on a journey. And we're going to start. I want you to imagine you are stepping outside of your front door. You're going out your front door. And as you walk away from your front door, you notice underfoot isn't the usual path or road or street. It's actually very soft grass. And as you carry on walking on this soft grass, you notice the grass is actually getting longer. And as the grass gets longer, the night becomes darker until you're in that twilight, liminal, magical stillness that is the in-between place. And there are no birds singing. There are no cars. There are no other noises. There is just you and this magical stillness. Almost like you could reach out and touch it. And you carry on walking through the long grass until you realize that underfoot you're now treading on twigs and old leaves from last autumn. And these leaves, they're broken down, they're decaying, they're very almost disappeared. So just noticing that you're entering a forest. And there is a path which is opening up in front of you. But the trees are old. You've never seen trees as old as these trees. You stop and you touch the bark of one of these trees, and almost instantly you get a jolt of energy from this tree. Not unpleasant, mind, but it takes you by surprise. And your fingertips begin to tingle. And that tingling fills your whole body with magic. This is quite unexpected. But it brings a smile to your face, because secretly you always knew that that was a thing. But as you're contemplating this tree, you turn around and you notice through these old trees, there's a mist forming. And it has a faint bluish glow to it. And what's interesting is you can hear a very distant sound of horses' hooves. You strain your ear to listen. They're coming closer. As you gaze in the direction, you see a figure riding the horse coming through the mist. And as you realize who it is, you gasp. She stops. And she nods your way. For a split second, you don't know what to do. But her eyes say it all. You have nothing to fear. This is Rhiannon. And she is here to guide you to the underworld, to meet the king of the Fae, Gwyn ap Nid. She begins to go down the path, and you kind of look around and think, and you decide to follow her, because obviously that's what you want. So as you're walking along beside her horse, you keep gazing up, thinking, is this real? Am I here? Yes, you are. She does not say a word. She doesn't need to. Because every question that you have is already being answered by Rhiannon. As you walk through this forest, you hear the trees creaking, talking to each other. But secretly, they're talking to you. They are talking to you as you walk this path with Rhiannon. Then you realize, as you are walking this path with her, the trees clear for her.
You are completely in awe, but loving this journey. And as you carry on walking through this forest on this path, you begin to feel like there is something inside of you which has just stood up. Rhiannon stops and points to what looks like an avenue of yew trees which are kind of tangled, bound together in a tunnel. You look at her and she signals the way. And then she turns and goes back along the path from where you came. As you stare after her, you want to say something, you want to thank her, but before you can do that, she is gone. And you decide to enter this tunnel of yew trees. As you walk through this tunnel, through this portal, you begin to feel that excitement of not knowing what's coming, but excited at the prospect of the unknown. As you walk this tunnel, the ground is kind of soft underfoot. And you notice that these yew trees are massive, ancient trees. You carry on walking. And then you realize that in fact, the ground under your feet is no longer soft, but has become crystal. And when you gaze at the floor under your feet, it is glistening like quartz in granite. And the walls are no longer yew trees, but are carved out of the same granite. As you look around, you realize it is dark and you cannot see your hand in front of your face. You take a couple of seconds, close your eyes, and begin to walk forward. Slowly at first, like something inside you is guiding you. As you move slowly through this tunnel, you realize there is a light source in front of you. It's seeping through your eyelids, and you open your eyes. You can see in the distance a slight flickering flame. It's a way away, so you speed up. You walk a little quicker to find the source of that light. You stop. You have entered what can only be described as what looks like a throne room in a carved out cave. It's curious. There's the same granite walls, but other crystals as well. And the energy in this space is powerful. There are torches lining the walls, but also lining a pathway to the biggest cauldron you have ever seen. There are steps leading up one side. Over to the right, you hadn't noticed before, is a throne made of some type of iridescent crystal. And sitting on that throne is a figure. You take a sharp breath in. As he stands. And as he stands, tall figures surround him. And you're confused because they're there, but not there at the same time. You realize these are the Fae, and they have a crystalline quality to them, which is surprising. He seems to be having a conversation with them, and then with a wave of his hand, they disappear. He looks at you with eyes that are like pools of blackness in what can only be described as a pale, very pale, almost ghostly, haunted face. You realise you're holding your breath and you tell yourself to breathe. He is wearing some kind of ancient leather battle armor with a very long black cloak, which is gilded around the edges with some kind of gold and silver thread. The massive hood on his cloak, which was over his head, he gently pushes back. You see more of his face than you probably would have intended. And he stares at you again like he's trying to tell you something. And then he holds out a very thin and bony hand, like he's beckoning you toward him. You move towards him and you take his hand. And as soon as you do, you realize he is asking you a question. He is asking you why you have come to see him. So here, you can tell him why you are here. He gazes at you again and then guides you round to walk down that middle path lit by the torches. And he guides you up the steps and down into the cauldron. So here is where you will find the answers to your question or questions. So the answers may come in the form of images or symbols or a feeling. So take your time here. If you want to, you can bring your gaze up to your third eye. And breathe. You begin to stand up in the cauldron. And almost as if he knew that you had your answers, Arawn gives you his hand to guide you out of the cauldron and down the other side of this torchlit avenue. You stand in front of him and you realize he has a large sword which he is placing on your head as a sign of knowledge, of understanding. He lowers the sword. And then he turns and goes back to sit on his crystal throne. It is then you notice that the Fae, in all their strangeness, have returned. And are motioning to you to come, quick, quick. And they guide you back out of this amazing space. Back out. Down the tunnel of granite. And as you walk down this tunnel of granite, you realize that there is somebody with you. Somebody and something with you. You turn to your right and look down. And there is your animal guide, who you met yesterday. And when you look to your left, your ancestor is there with you. As you walk through the tunnel of granite and then out through the yew trees, you have an unspoken conversation with your ancestor and your animal guide. As you walk back through this avenue of yew trees, you discuss what has just happened. But not with words. As you exit the avenue of yew, and you come back out into the forest, you realize the mist is gone. trees, even the trees look different. They just look like normal trees now. Still magical, but different. You walk through the forest, gazing up at the moon as she's peeking through the tops of the trees. The night is clear and there's a slight chill in the air. As you carry on walking, you realize you're back to the long grass. And then you are walking on a regular path back to your front door. And as you come in your front door and bring yourself back into your body, you take 3 deep breaths, release with a sigh, and again breathe in. One more time, breathe in. Hello, Smurf. Everybody. Candles. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rub your hands. And place your palms over your eyes. Thank you, Smurf. Did you enjoy that, doggy? Taking index and middle finger, and we're going to ground down, so placing them into the earth. Doing that scan. Careful, dogger. Come on, behave yourself. You got that ball of light over the top of your head and runs down through your body, picking up any extra energy you don't need and recycling it down, back down into the earth. Docky. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes. Wow. So we're just gonna, just to wake up completely, just gonna pat down each arm. Yeah, up onto the shoulder and the other side. Do the back of the neck, coming up onto the head. Back down. You can do your feet as well. Patting your feet. Okay. So if Ian would like to drum, a little drum for us, that'd be lovely. So you're feeling grounded. So I have a few more words. If I can read them, my writing's very small. Okay. May our food and drink What's that say? Our hopes and dreams be blessed for this coming year by this Bealtaine Magick maid. May we never be in fear, but always in love. May we never be in lack, but always in abundance. Hail! Blessings to all. Cool. Okay. So we're going to give thanks, devoke and close, and then we'll open it up for... I want to know what happened. Okay. So, yeah. Ooh, goosebumps. Okay. Rhiannon. Mistress of horses and of dogs. Goddess of mystery, of manifestation, and of magic. We thank you for joining us on this Bealtaine Eve. We thank you for your guidance through the veil. We thank you for showing us the way. Stay if you will. Go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. Arawn. Gwyn apnit. We thank you for joining us on this your night. Leader of the Wild Hunt. We wish you blessings in your endeavor. And we thank you for your patience, for your guidance, and your fierce energy. Stay if you will. Go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. Lu, shining one. Master of all skills, all Father, we thank you for guiding us on this Bealtaine Eve and for joining us in our celebration of this time in this energy of the wheel of the year. Stay if you will. Go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. Brit. As always, we thank you for joining us on this Bealtaine Eve. We thank you for the creativity, for the passion, and for your protection. We hope you enjoyed our words. Stay if you will. Go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. Elementals, earth, air, fire, water. We thank you for witnessing our magical workings on this Bealtaine Eve. We thank you for your guidance, for your energy. Leave from us here. Return to thy sphere. We bid you hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. So just visualizing the energy of the circle, which is now slowing down. And coming back. So it's going to come back. Okay, it's going to come back in, down, through the top of the head, down the back of the body, down into the earth, and then back up, front of the body, out through the heart chakra, back up, out through the crown, up to theta, and then back down the back of the body and back down into the earth. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the goddesses and the gods be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. Bit bad. Whee! Oh, wow. My goodness. Okay. You can unmute yourselves now, guys.